Okay, I think this is going to be part 3 of 3 for the very introductory how to play the saxophone from the ground up with putting your reed on the mouthpiece. And now we made our first sound in part 2. So part 1 was we put our reed on the mouthpiece with the ligature, and the second video was how to make our first sound, where to put our teeth and our bottom lip. Now that we've learned how to do that, it's time to actually play the saxophone, right? Okay. So make sure you have a saxophone. If you just have a mouthpiece, it's going to be very awkward. I'm trying to play a song. So with your saxophone, what I want you to do is hook the neck strap. Make sure you have a neck strap. I want you to hook that into the hook on the back of the saxophone. Okay? Now, every saxophone is a little bit different, but on the back here we have a little place for our left hand thumb. Our left thumb to push down, this is the octave key, okay? And on the front, we go down 1, skip 1, 1, 2, 3 like that, and our pinky will just rest here. So that's our left hand position. Our right hand thumb goes under this hook, like so, and then we have our fingers go 1, 2, 3 right here, and our pinky controls these keys. So if you have your hands like that, I want you to now, if you got that under control, then let's go and put our mouthpiece on our neck. This is the neck of the saxophone. And by the way, one other thing before you put your mouthpiece on, when you're assembling your saxophone, first of all, always pick up your saxophone like this. Don't grab it by the keys. This can cause damage. So we have our neck of our saxophone here, and we're gonna gently twist it in here into the receiver, okay? This screw should be loose. There shouldn't be any tension here. This can get damaged if you're twisting and turning it violently. So we're gonna put that in like so. Gently tighten that screw down a little bit. And now we're ready to put our mouthpiece on. I made a little line here because later in another video maybe I'll talk about tuning, but this is where my mouthpiece goes. I push it into about that far. If this cork right here is really dry, it's gonna be very difficult to put your mouthpiece on. So you're gonna wanna put some cork grease on there. Which I've done that recently, so I don't need to. Now, as I'm twisting that on there, it's a little tight, but that's good because we want the air to be airtight. Now my ligature moved a little bit, so I just need to readjust that. Okay, now you have your hand position, and we just went over that. Your neck strap needs to be adjusted so that when you're sitting or standing, I prefer to stand, but I'm sitting right now. If you're playing in a band or orchestra, you're going to be sitting down. When your saxophone is resting, in other words, you're sitting up straight, you have good posture, and your saxophone is just being carried by the weight of the neck strap. You're not lifting it with your hands. The mouthpiece should rest in your mouth at that position. Okay, so if I adjust my saxophone like so, all right, got a double chin thing going on now. Looks bad, also very bad for my neck and my back and everything. It's going to be very awkward to play. Now if I go extremely the other way, like this, right, this is incorrect too. We want to be as natural in our positioning as possible. So I want to adjust that so the saxophone is just coming right to rest like so. Okay, now we know where to put our teeth and our bottom lip because we already went over that in the last video. So now your fingers are like so, right? We skip this top key here, and we skip this one, and we go 1, 2, 3. Pinky is for all this fancy business down here. Then we have 1, 2, 3 on the right hand, and then that pinky there. And your left thumb should be back here resting on the thumb rest. Okay, now we're ready to, we're not going to push any keys down. And we're going to position our teeth and our lips the way that I told you to. And we're just going to take a big breath of air. Feel like you're breathing from your stomach, even though your lungs are not down there. You should take a big breath and blow as hard as you can. See what happens. So how did that sound? Did you do pretty good? Cool. If you didn't, then keep trying and message me if you have any questions, and keep watching my videos. Thanks. Rock on.